This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. Beth is off this evening. First tonight, fire crews are still at the scene of what was a fast-moving house fire in Burlington. The call came in just after 2 this afternoon for the fire on Long Ridge Road. It wasn't long before firefighters called for a second alarm. Lincoln, Howland, East Millinocket, Greenbush, and Milford fire departments all responded. Crews were able to extinguish the flames. However, the home appears to be a total loss. We will keep you updated as more information is released. The Maine Department of Transportation has started construction on a new bridge connecting Waterville and Winslow, replacing the current century-old bridge there. However, the project has forced drivers and businesses on both sides of the bridge to adapt to some new changes. Our Matthew Juroncic explains.
The Taconic Bridge connecting Waterville and Winslow was constructed more than 100 years ago. Since then, the bridge has deteriorated to the point that the Maine DOT has decided to replace it altogether.
The bridge is in very bad shape. We will have a new bridge built that will last us hopefully another 100 years, but it's going to take 3 years to get there.
During those 3 years, Maine DOT says the westbound side of the old bridge will be shut down to all traffic. For those looking to travel from Winslow into Waterville, they now need to drive along Bay Street, go across the Carter Memorial Bridge, and either follow Grove Street or Silver Street, adding extra time to their commutes. Rita's House of Pizza is one Winslow business that's been affected by the construction. Manager Zaharias Menadorakis says detours have put a dent into the company's everyday business.
It's definitely slowed down our delivery rate, probably by 10-20%. It's tough to get across town.
Despite these tough times, Menadorakis says he appreciates the support from loyal customers.
They've been really understanding, and they've done pickup if we've had to, if we're backed up on delivery, or just said, that's all right, we understand, we can do it another night.
The new Taconic Bridge will be similar to the previous one and will feature widened shoulders and sidewalks for both sides of the road. The project is scheduled to be complete by May 2027. In Waterville, Matthew Juroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Ellsworth City Councilors met last night to discuss a proposed mooring ordinance for its lakes and ponds ahead of a vote. The ordinance would limit overnight mooring and docking in the city's great ponds, and as part of that meeting, the public was allowed to voice their opinions on the matter.
Right now, anyone can go and drop a Home Depot bucket full of cement and put a mooring on it anywhere they want. And this is littering. It's ruining our lakes, and it's only going to get worse as time goes on.
To me, this ordinance is excessive, it's not necessary, and it's an overreach of what our original founding fathers established.
The ordinance was passed by a 4-2 vote under the stipulation that revisions will be made to amend and clarify the current language. At this time, the ordinance is anticipated to go into effect January 1st of 2024. More of Orono's public workers have received union certification. Last Thursday, the Maine Labor Relations Board ruled the town's new union should be certified. It's another major step in the process, which began in February when the town office, Parks and Rec, and Public Library all filed for union recognition. These will not be the town's first unions, as the fire and police departments have had their respective unions established for some time.
We're happy to work with a unionized workforce. We're looking forward to talking to the employees and working out on the contract. You know, for us, it doesn't matter if they're unionized or non-union. We try to treat our employees well and make it a great place to work.
Town leaders expect contracts will be proposed in the near future. We will keep you updated. Meanwhile, some Bangor residents are speaking out about the excessive noise they say comes from emergency vehicle sirens, particularly through the downtown area. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with city officials and the fire department to see if there's anything that can be done.
The familiar sound of emergency vehicles seems to be too loud for some Bangor residents who raised their concerns during Monday night's city council meeting.
That cannon sound, I could just talk about myself. I feel the wiring of my body, it's like a panic or something like that. And I know I'm not the only person.
Many of those complaints coming from people who live along Main Street, which is oftentimes the best route during an emergency.
Obviously, downtown has some very tall structures, It is also a very congested area, but it also is the most direct route for our first responders.
The sirens are actually required in order to comply with a state law that gives emergency vehicles the right of way.
We follow Title 29, the main state law, with our lights and our sirens. Sometimes the sirens are loud, but we're trying to get somewhere as quickly as we can to provide the service that someone is asking for.
According to Chief Higgins, the fire department has considered alternative routes, but he says they create even more issues.
Some of the outlying areas or the alternate routes for downtown have a pretty steep incline, which is a problem for our ladder truck to be able to make that turn and not drag the tail of it in the road.
Both the City Council and Fire Department are in agreement that the #1 priority is to keep everyone safe and provide efficient emergency response times.
Not meant to be disruptive, but what we do want to do is ensure the safety of the individuals, not only on the equipment, but the individuals in the roadway.
But the fire department says there are ways the public can help to find a compromise.
Biggest thing, if people see us coming and we can have a through way, if they've pulled over to the side, then we're likely to use our sirens less.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Center for Coastal Fisheries is getting more than $450,000. That money coming from the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. MCCF is a nonprofit organization in Stonington. They have a 3-year plan to provide safety and survival training to 250 future lobstermen and women from high schools, particularly those located near commercial lobster fishing zones with high poverty and unemployment rates in Hancock, Washington, and Knox counties. So just preparing the next generation of lobstermen there. Well, today we felt very, very comfortable outside, and with a first look at what we can expect in the hours ahead, let's take a first check of our forecast with Conrad Sipinski.
Thank you so much, Peter. All right, what a chilly start to the day. I had to put on my long sleeve shirt as temperatures dipped down to around 51 degrees here in town. But look up north, we're talking 40s. Clayton Lake back in those mid to upper 40s. Millinocket, Greenville area hovering at around 50 degrees. Of course, the coast a little bit warmer in those mid 50s. The ocean water is still in the 60s. So a little bit of a breeze keeping things a little bit more milder by the coast. But a nice rebound in temperatures, close to average for this time of year. We were at 77 here in town, some mid 70s in Bar Harbor, Rockland, up north. Greenville was one of the only spots closer into those upper 60s. Other than that, Millinocket 70s. So a nice and pleasant day outdoors. Good amount of sunshine. We saw pretty much some partly cloudy skies, a mixture of clouds and sun. No rain today, so some great news for us. It is a bit windy though. We do have a 15-mile sustained wind here in town. Up north, same story. Even to the west, we're looking at Greenville, Waterville as well. Augusta area, 16-mile-per-hour wind speed. So wind gusts are closer to 25 miles per hour. So just one of those days, but still, temperature-wise though, we're looking pretty good. Tonight though, once again, we are looking at cooler temperatures. We're looking at those upper 40s once again, even some mid 40s in the area. Peter?
All right, so another cool overnight for us. Thank you, Conrad. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6. With the fall migration just around the corner, we'll have tips on how you can and steps that you can take to prevent birds from injuring themselves. We'll explain. And more than a dozen 7th and 8th graders got a front row seat for a demonstration in Brewer's Public Safety Department. Our AJ Douglas will have that story right after the break.
I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event tag.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on road.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best year-round option for all of your home improvement projects. Prepare your garden with compost and decorate your yard with flowers and mulch. We load material by the yard and also have a large variety of bag goods to choose from. Rakes, shovels, wheelbarrows, and garden carts. We have all the necessary yard tools to help you get the job done. Now is also a great time to paint your home and stain the deck or patio. We can help you complete the project with Easy Care Paint and Woodsman Stain. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
I live on Swans Island off the coast of Maine. For years, I was the general manager of the consumer-owned utility that provided power to the island. So I know about how energy works in Maine. The truth is, the consumer-owned utility was a failed experiment for our community. When we switched to a private company, our electric rates dropped and our service improved. And it's not easy to provide power to a remote island like ours. That's why I'm so concerned about question 3. I've reviewed the bill and it's a bad idea. It will be a massive $13.5 billion gamble that puts politicians in control of our power and our electric bills. It will lead to higher energy bills, and they're not even required to have an operations plan when they take over. Mainers can't afford this costly proposal. Please join me and vote no on question 3. It's a very bad idea for Maine.
I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event ahead.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. An estimated 1 million birds die or are injured per day around the country from glass window collisions. With fall migration right around the corner, Maine Audubon is asking people to take steps to prevent these numbers from soaring even higher. Our Doug Banks has that story.
It's something that happens more than you think. Birds of all different species flying into windows.
The reflection on the windows is what causes them to fly into them. Usually they just don't perceive them as much.
Before fall migration begins, Maine Audubon and other conservation groups are researching how bird collisions impact the greater population and what species are most affected. And experts say there are steps you can take to help avoid these collisions.
Usually when they're passing through, that's when it's more common if you're in a taller building. So keeping the lights off from dusk until the morning, and there's window clings and stickers, and you can cut out silhouettes and tape them onto windows to make sure that the birds can see that this is a solid surface.
If you come across an injured bird, experts recommend retrieving it with a towel or a net, then placing it inside a tall box with a towel at the bottom. If the bird flies off in a half an hour, that's great. If it doesn't, do not feed or give the bird water, and call your closest rehabilitation center.
I think that the tall cardboard box towel water dish method is great if you can't access a wildlife rehabilitator, but if you can, it's better to keep the bird in a space where it's not going to have the chance of further harming itself.
In June, Maine legislature passed LD 670, a step forward in protecting birds colliding into public buildings.
I would love to see our communities learn about this problem, care about this problem, and want to do something about it in their own projects, in their own lives.
In Herman, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Earlier today, more than a dozen 7th and 8th graders got a front row seat to see a rare demonstration hosted by Brewer's Public Safety Department. Our AJ Douglas shows us how firefighters displayed the importance of safety to local kids.
Brewer's Public Safety Department continued its Youth Public Safety Academy by inviting 7th and 8th graders for a week-long of activities. The program aims to engage younger people by giving them opportunities to learn what firefighters and police officers encounter every day. Fire Chief Eric Turtelot says the younger generation walks away more mindful when it comes to keeping safe.
I think it gives them more appreciation for practicing their own safety measures at home, in the vehicle, wearing their seat when they become a driver, following the rules of the road and driving the speed limit.
Tuesday, firefighters demonstrated the process of an auto extrication, better known as the jaws of life. Kids did not hold back their excitement or questions as firefighters took a car apart right in front of their eyes.
So when they're involved in a car crash, these are the tools that are pulling the doors off, cutting the roof off, and getting us access to patients that are in need, that are hurt and injured.
I love the part where they took off the windshield. I thought it was cool. It was something that you could probably never see. Yeah, probably same. It was pretty cool.
The car is not as strong compared to the tools they used.
I learned that firefighters can do a lot when people are stuck inside cars, so it's pretty cool.
Turtelot says he hopes the program could potentially inspire the next generation of first responders.
These guys grow up and want to be in public safety, whether it's a firefighter, a police officer, an EMT. Our future needs our young folk to take these positions when some of us move on.
Brewer's public servants will conclude the 2-week program by hosting Field Day celebrations Friday, with plans to continue the U Public Safety Academy next year. In Brewer, AJ Douglas for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Great to see the positive feedback from all those students there. Still to come on ABC7 News at 6, a recent influx of funding will not just keep Bangor's Steak and Pool open, it will also allow them to build on and improve there as well. Our David Ledford will have that story. And in sports, Orono High School football's rise looks to continue this year as they push for an 8-man state title. That story coming right up.
The Piscataquis Valley Fair, an old-time country fair, August 24th through the 27th in Dover-Foxcroft. This reminder brought to you by Hardwood Products, makers of quality disposable woodenware since 1919. Johnson Foundations, full concrete foundations, floors, pool areas, slabs, specialty walkways and walls, and Cat Tracks in LaGrange, your dealer for Hewitt Docks and Grasshopper lawnmowers. It's great buy time at Bob's Small Engine Sales and Service in Bucksport. Now through this August 31st, you can get rebates of up to $1,000 on 2022 CF Moto C-Force Off-Road ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Side-by-Side Trail and HO Sport models. These inflation-busting rebates of up to $1,000 are only good through this August 31st. Don't wait. See these great buys now at Bob's Small Engine Sales and Service, Route 15, 474 River Road in Bucksport.
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
Game? Well, let's go. Come on. To take a spin.
I am ready. Tell me what you got.
To take a chance. There could be $10,000 there.
To
make a guess.
Hilarious punchline.
You got it. Whoa. To take a trip. To Maui. To win it all. Parting ways. That's it.
Then take a spin on the Wheel of Fortune.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
This is must-watch television.
Everything depends on Amy Schneider. Could this be the beginning of an epic comeback?
This is the most exciting part of the day.
I'm just gonna bet it all.
Yeah, baby.
You never know what's gonna happen on Jeopardy.
This is high-level competition.
And in the season of the Super Champ, what a tournament. Get ready for a thrill ride.
This is Jeopardy.
Ooh, that's fun. Anything can happen here.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC7.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some football. 'Tis the season, right? Orono football is looking to get back to the 8-man small state title game this year after reaching their first big game since the 1990s last fall. And while they have the talent to put it all together, they're not putting the cart before the wagon. Ryan Sudol has the story.
Where does it go? Come on. We're all battle tested. You know, we've all been on the other end of that scoreboard, so it's going to be good being the hunted.
What a journey it has been for Orono football.
No season in 2019, no wins in 2021, a regional 8-man title last year, and now state contenders this year.
A ton of teams wrote us off, ton of people, spectators, so to just come out here and prove them wrong was really huge for the program.
The Red Riots return a huge majority of their heavy hitters from last year's squad after graduating just 3 seniors, particularly from the pass-first offense that scored 43 points a game.
Those receivers are just so athletic. We're 3 deep at that position at every spot, so a lot of the guys that don't get the headlines, they're just as athletic, they're just as good.
Our strengths are definitely passing the ball. It's no secret to anybody, but we're going to work in a lot more stuff this year.
Not only is the offense adding new tricks, but the defense, which struggled at points last year, is also being bolstered.
I think we struggled on the run defense aspect at times, and I've seen that already through camp. Our run defense is a lot more solid. You know, we're stopping people where we need to.
And even though last year's campaign was cut short in the state title game, the Riots feel the momentum is on their side, but they're not ready to make any predictions yet.
But we can't really let it get to us mentally. We got to go back to what we do best, and that's get in the practices and work as hard as we can. We just got to stay humble. We got to take it game by game, week by week.
But that loss against Old Orchard Beach still stings. And when that fire lit under them is combined with the confidence within the team and community, the Riots look to become unstoppable.
It eats at us as a team and it motivates us. You know, I think that's what's going to drive us this year, and we're all hungry and momentum's there. We know we can do it, and you know, everybody else knows we can do it now.
The community that comes out behind us is awesome, so having everybody there to support us really helps us with our motivation.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Certainly a fun team to watch last year. Looking forward to this fall. Let's stay with some high school sports. Down here in our area, we have our first official matches of the fall sports season up in the county. The Harvest teams have been in action for about a week, but everything gets going for us on Wednesday on the golf course. Here are some of the golf matches for our area teams going on. Messalonsky is taking on Skowhegan at 3:30 at Lakewood Country Club. Bangor, Brewer, and Hamden are all going at it at Traditions at 3:30 in Holden. John Baptist, Ellsworth, and Herman have a match at 4 p.m. at Herman Meadows. MDI in Old Town will play at 4 p.m. at Hidden Meadows in Old Town. Washington Academy, George Stevens Academy, and Bucksport will play at 4 p.m. at Bucksport Golf Club. Should be some fun there. That is all the time we have for sports, though. Here's Conrad Sipinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our main weather today is brought to you by the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. All right, folks, look at this high pressure system in the central part of the country. This ridge pretty much going like this all the way up north. Pretty much most of the center part of the country is extremely hot. Yesterday was beginning. Today is a hot day. Just wait till tomorrow. Everywhere, we're going to see hundreds down the board, triple-digit heats, extreme record-breaking heat. We're going to miss out on that. I feel like we've been missing out on the main core of the heat for pretty much all summer. There were a couple of heat waves here and there. Other than that, look at all these blue colors. My favorite color is blue, but not this type of blue. I'd rather it be 80s outside, really feeling like summer. We've had only a couple days here and there in 80s. The last couple of days we've had temperatures in those low to mid 80s, and now things will be cooling off a little bit. Our average high is around 79 degrees this time of year. Look what happens Wednesday into Thursday. Okay, near average. What's going on here? Friday, all right, so we're really going to be cool. 60s. Warming slightly back up into around 70 degrees by the weekend and into beginning of next week. But it's going to be a bit rainy Friday into Saturday. So all that cloud cover, those thick clouds, some rain in the area will really keep things a bit cooler back into the 60s. So, of course, California, now things are starting to improve. We're cleaning up down there. Texas, though, remember I talked about this tropical storm? Yep, it actually made landfall a few hours ago, and it did hit at around 45, 50 miles per hour as a tropical storm. Not the worst. This is pretty much at like a warm-up, kind of like preseason in football. Some rain showers, a little bit of wind speeds here and there. Nothing too crazy. A little warm-up to show everybody in Texas and around the United States that hurricane season is ramping up significantly, and things will be a bit different. We are looking at an above-average trend for hurricanes this season. So if you do live by the coast, mainly down south, please be on alert. For us, though, not much going on. Partly cloudy skies here and there. Mixture of clouds and sun the next couple of days. We're going to be in the clear, so really, really good news for us. Then Friday into Saturday, that's when we have more chances of showers in the area. It's going to have a lot of moisture with that, folks. Take a look at this. Some places we'll see over an inch of rain, maybe, just maybe even close to 2 inches of rain in some spots. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think mostly around half an inch to an inch of rain. That will be the trend. It is slightly overdoing it here in town for sure. We are looking at maybe around 1 inch of rain in town once again. So get ready for a good rainmaker ahead. Of course, dew points are going to start to rise by Friday, but nothing too crazy. We've seen much, much worse than that. Tonight, we are looking at chilly conditions, 46 degrees, mostly clear skies with a light breeze once again. Our extended forecast outlook does show a good-looking Wednesday into Thursday. More chances of showers Friday into Saturday with cooler temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Peter?
Alrighty, Comrade, thank you. And there is still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Ashley's Labor Day mattress sale is going on now. Get 0% interest for 60 months on in-store mattress purchases. Save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable base sets, or up to $900 on select Purple and Beautyrest Black adjustable base sets. Only at Ashley.
Experience the ultimate outdoor living with Granville Stone and Hearth. Our high-quality grills and outdoor living products will take your backyard to the next level. Scan the QR code on your screen to explore our wide selection of grills and outdoor living accessories. From classic charcoal to state-of-the-art gas grills, we have everything you need to entertain guests in style. Create unforgettable moments with family and friends. Start your outdoor living journey today with Granville Stone and Hearth.
Stop waiting. Start living your life without knee or hip pain. Connect with a Northern Light orthopedist and get back out there. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. How are you?
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart. And Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family. By a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
Skudik & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit SkudikandBloom.com or call 844-SKUDIK.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Right now, you could save with 3.99% financing on a head-turning Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Tonight, with his bond now set, what former President Trump could face once he turns himself in. Plus, the damage from Hillary and tracking dangerous heat. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Recent funding will help keep a beloved Bangor pool afloat. Our David Ledford has the details.
We are so grateful.
The Friends of Dakin Pool will receive $45,000 in pandemic relief funds from the Penobscot County Commissioners. The grant will go towards the nonprofit's Jump In campaign to make improvements to the pool, which the community may be able to enjoy as early as next summer.
Look forward to a new slide. We're also working with the city to resurface the pool deck, which is pretty old and cracked and in need of repair. We're supporting lifeguards, so new and improved Dakin Pool.
The money brings the Friends of Dakin Pool pool halfway to their fundraising goal of $160,000. The group originally formed nearly 20 years ago, but has ramped up efforts due to recent struggles.
During COVID, of course, the pool came on hard times and was not able to open fully that summer, and so the Friends was revived.
There was some concern about the pool getting attention. We decided it was time to step back in and revisit the issue.
Penobscot County Commissioner Peter Baldacci says the pool provides an important service for the city.
It serves a neighborhood, it serves communities that maybe can't afford country clubs and private swimming pools, and this is a project that will benefit so many families.
Some say the pool is a staple of Bangor.
The Dakin pool has really been around since the 50s and 60s. It's been around a long time.
I went there 50, 60 years ago. This is where we got our swim lessons, so it means a lot.
The pool will close for the season at the end of the week, but will continue to fundraise through their GoFundMe efforts. Visit the Friends of Dakin Pool Facebook page to learn more. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the Dakin Pool, just such a great resource for the community, so glad to see them making progress in their fundraising goal. All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening. We'll be right back here at 11.